Coach, it seemed like in the second quarter you kind of lost something defensively, but you found something defensively better in the second half. What type of adjustment you make in the second half for that defensive improvement?
I mean, first off, great effort by our guys. I mean, obviously down to the wire, one possession game. Couldn't buy a bucket in the first half. Or first quarter, excuse me. But, that's a high-level offensive team. Second quarter, both teams are scoring at a pretty high level. The margin for error against the Nuggets is very, very small, very small. And we had a couple of missed opportunities for sure, but love the execution, discipline for the most part, communication, intensity was great. I thought our guys on Jokic, heck of a player, still 22, 12, and 7, but we tried to make all the options as hard as possible. Our guys scrambled around. Some of the second chance points hurt us, but I'm glad that we got on ran. I think that was a big difference from the other night. I think 22 says here fast break points, but I just felt like our energy from defense to offense, we're getting into the rhythm that we need to get to. Obviously just missed some shots again, so we just got to keep working on that. But I thought that fourth quarter unit, sparked, D-Rose, some big-time plays. I thought Jitty with some big-time offensive rebounds, JJ getting going, Marcus with some big shots. All around, I thought this was a great effort by our group, just came up a little short.
Defensively, what was the focus against Jokic? Because, like you said, still 22, 12, and 7, but it seemed like you kind of kept him under his MVP normal play.
We play him 3 more times, so we tried everything.
How do you think you got Jaren to be more comfortable in this game versus the first game?
I think just he had a good day yesterday. He just came in. I thought his spirits were great. Took ownership of, that first game, where he can make an impact. Obviously, he got 9 boards, huge effort from him, 2 assists. I thought him just attacking downhill in flow. I think our initial wave of offense got him a couple early looks as well, drives. There was a big-time 3 he hit as well. I think it's a collection of not just his mentality coming to the game, but just our guys just getting a better feel. We're still sloppy and a work in progress at times on offense, getting some good looks, but the helter-skelterness of where we're running, what happens when X, Y, or Z is involved in an action, what do you do? Guys are still trying to figure that out a little bit, but I thought he came in just with kind of a renewed focus. I thought his defensive energy set a tone early in the first half, multiple blocks, rebounds, assists, and scoring. This was a great game by Jaren. Hopefully he continues to build on as our team continues to get better. It's just going to unlock a little bit more, for him.
Coach, you talked about the boards, and the last game you guys were undermanned and at a disadvantage in rebounding in, but tonight the effort was there with the rebounds and, like I said, the second chance points, fast break points. How tough is it knowing that you guys are so undermanned but had a chance to pull this game out tonight?
It's great. The guys came in with an unbelievable competitive spirit. Unfortunately, when we give up an offensive rebound, it leads to a bucket. That's what we got to clean up because a lot of times it's just right at the rim, the little easy putback. So transition D was a huge priority coming to this game, seeing how they kicked ahead, multiple guys that can attack. Jokic early post-ups. I felt like our guys were really committed there. There was a couple possessions you would love to have back, 3 guys on one, and they get the second chance point and one or a foul. We've got to win those possessions. We kept talking about the margin for error. Just one possession. Just got to make, turn the tide on one possession. Had our chance, took a lead late in the fourth quarter. They make some big plays. I think one may have been a second chance opportunity. Jokic, touch, right there in the middle of the paint. We tried to switch some a little bit, late on a rotation, gets an easy bucket. Had some good looks at the end, but, credit the Nuggets defense. They made it tough too. And when we got our chances, we just didn't convert. So big step in the right direction. This was a great test for us, and hopefully we can carry it forward to tomorrow.
Conchar didn't have a field goal attempt almost his 14th minute in the game, but it seemed like the team was playing a lot better when he was out there. What was he doing that sort of helped the team flow that wasn't maybe showing up in his box score line?
Yeah, I thought we were stressing early about touching the paint was a big thing. I know it only says he had 2 assists, but his connectivity where when we were flowing up and he got the ball, he was trying to get a piece of the paint, connecting the dots with other guys. He may have gotten the second, third hockey assist. I thought he was doing a really good job with that. And then rebounding, both defensively but even offensively. I think 2, maybe think the math was 2. Like, he had 2 big time second chance opportunities for us coming in. The running habits we're talking about with our transition defense, trying to create more second chance points. Obviously, you know, with Steve-O out, we got to create that. He just makes those intangible plays, and it may not show up in the box score, but 30 minutes, first game action. I thought he did a really good job. Came up with a 50-50 ball steal, right? That was a big run for us. You know, gets the layup. So it's the small things, the winning plays that he does for us that are really impactful.
I know it's a short sample size, but the second game, like the chemistry, especially with the second unit, began to spark, and it also sparked the first unit to get back into the game. How did the chemistry developing so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of changing game to game, you know, dealing with some foul trouble and stuff, and it kind of throws the rotations off. It's going to happen, but, you know, the approach that Derek's having right now, just, you know, being an engine for us. You've seen him attacking. He's going to get a feel for his teammates, where to be aggressive, where to set his teammates up. We're still kind of in this limbo right now, trying to figure out when to slow down just a little bit and not put the rest of the group in a tough spot. That's all of us. But his attack mentality has been great for us, you know, playing Jaren at the 5. I switched it up, put Z in that second unit. He's playing great, you know, rebounds, defenses, assignments, but another guy you can just play through. Some of his playmaking ability has been awesome. But that second unit, you know, they're embracing it, you know, whether it's D-Rod, Jake, those guys stepping up. I thought Jake had some good minutes for us as well. You know, we're going to figure out these combinations we go, but at the end of the day, our stars got to set a tone. Our second unit's got to take it up a notch, and then we just got to, as you said, feed off of each other. One unit, just springboard the next one and taking it up.
You talked about before the game being able to identify the parts that were problems. How do you think you guys did in addressing those in this game?
Are you talking about from the first game to this game? Yeah, I mean, better effort, you know, just awareness on the boards. But again, those margins for error, we don't. We have a lapse. You know, we get lucky sometimes, but then we also pay the price. But I think guys took a little bit more of an ownership there. Transition defense. Again, I think, you know, New Orleans hurt us in the first half. Denver only 9, you know, fast break points, but that was a big emphasis. They tried to run teams out of the gym in the first quarter, and 25 points, not bad. Just we couldn't score in that first quarter. That was probably the biggest takeaway. And then, you know, we're putting a lot of different guys in these actions, you know, whether it's a handler or screener and just trying to touch the paint. We got to figure out the rolling. When we started rolling more, slip into the basket, you know, not letting their physicality dictate it. We created, you know, MIG rotations, weak side rotations, spray outs. We were able to touch the paint. So the guys are grasping what we need to do. It's just when you're out there for 48 minutes competing your tail off, sometimes we miss the boat on a couple of things. But I think each game is just going to reveal just more progress for us. And that's what I told the guys after the game. You know, we're talking about in the games, you guys are trying to do it when we're doing it. We're getting what we need. This will become more of just kind of second nature, you know, here game after game after game.
This was the first time we saw, you know, you go with that 2-point guard lineup, I guess, with Marcus Smart playing off the ball more, Derrick Rose playing alongside of him, just especially late in the fourth quarter. What led you to going to that lineup? And I'm sure you've seen it in practice some. What have you seen from that group? Like, what do you want out of that group?
Yeah, I mean, just multiple handlers. You know, I think in the first half, you know, Dez picked up, you know, some early fouls, kind of went away from my sub pattern. Just felt like we needed a little bit of a spark, get Derrick going. I thought he helped us in that second quarter. And he obviously ended up having a really good game. So, you know, I can't remember what the sub pattern was in the third quarter, but I just had a lot of confidence that with the spark we needed, where the game was at. I think I subbed him at one point late in the fourth. He comes up with a big steal, you know, layup, just his competitive winning nature that I'm learning quickly about him, right, in only 2 games here, has been awesome. So just a lot of faith there. You know, we'll see. Are we going to do more of that? Time will tell. But got to see some different things where you got Marcus handling, you got Derrick handling, and then, you know, eventually you got Dez out there too. You got 3 guys that can really push the pace for you, be, you know, playmakers for you. So great sample size for me to kind of learn from and see how we use it forward. Great. Thanks, everybody.